I don't disagree. Speaking of I don't disagree.
Where did I put my sodas?
I don't know. What'd you do with them? They're right there. Yes. See, not prepared, not ready, not anything. That one over there, the redoubtable one, looking for his sodas. And he didn't just find any soda, boys and girls. He found these soda.
This segment brought to you by Diet Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Soda.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor and get yourself
and
12.
This segment, just so you know, is a special Friday night edition championship weekend of IDD.
Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday, for those of you in the know, IDD. For those of you who don't, are just discovering gold. That is, I don't disagree. The redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo. The highly questionable one, RJ Miliaccio. It's a frigid, free-form Friday here in the mid-sack. Freestyle. There will be shrinkage tonight, boys and girls. Let me tell you, that's not cigar smoke. That's my breath. So there you go. That's the dedication it takes. That's the work ethic it requires. That's the no bullshit, no excuses. No, you get it done. You man up, baby.
And ask us why we record outside in a garage. Why not?
Why not?
Why the hell?
Why not?
Wouldn't you?
We're going to the fact that our wives have all the free rooms in the house and we got nothing but the garage. But semantics. Anyway.
But we have cigars.
We have cigars. We have our boys behind us. We have a fridge full of succulents.
And by succulents, we mean diet soda.
We mean diet soda. Oh,
Dr. Pepper cream soda.
There's some of the Lucifer's liquid is in there, trust me.
Yeah, but we're not going for it tonight.
You never know.
That's true.
It is a freestyle Friday. Anything goes, right?
Dude, but I've had my best 3 days diet and exercise-wise in a long time.
This is
good.
I
kind of want to keep it there.
Yeah, so moderation.
Walked 4 miles.
That's wonderful.
I've only had 1,200 calories, of which 2 were ice shakes.
That works. Even better. I had salmon tonight, and I had an ice shake today. I've only had 2 meals today.
How many calories do you think?
Well, the shake is 240. I did have one unhealthy snack, but that wasn't.
What was that?
That was a bag of chips. In the middle of the day.
Was it like 300?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean,
so you might be around me then.
Well, yeah, because then the salmon, which is one of the 6 best foods you can put in your body, that just
what's that? 500 calories?
I think 5, 6, and that's the stuff. Salmon. If you Google the 10 best foods you should have weekly, salmon is like number 5 or 6.
I don't eat fish a lot.
I know you don't, but it's harder down here. Like if you live up in New England, you'd eat more fish because the seafood up there is immaculate. You'd love it.
It's expensive too, but I guess that the big salmon you used to get at Aldi was pretty good.
That's what we get at Aldi still. It's still awesome.
All right.
Anyway,
spoiler alert, we're old, so we talk about groceries
and shit, yeah.
And, how many meals we've had. So
things like that.
If that bores you,
yeah,
we'll wake you up when we get to the good stuff.
Yeah, which is coming. Actually, look, here's the thing. So we were going to open with the NBA. Our teams went at it last night up in Boston, the Garden. It was a thriller, went to overtime. Knicks pulled it out. Biggest road win of the year for the Knicks, I would say. And they deserved it. They wanted it more. They played better when it counted. They won 120 to 117. It was a Donney. Celtics came back from 10 down after the Knicks led most of the Celtics had a 15-point lead in the first quarter. That's when I lost my shit.
Strange.
And the Knicks fought. Today, look, they have 2 guys who should be All-Stars. Brunson is having an All-Star year, and so is your boy Randall.
Randall will get in.
He better.
Yeah.
And by the way, Brunson,
Randall wasn't going to get voted in.
No, but they have reserves, and he'll get in, and he should get in. And by the way, so should Brunson. He's had this good of a year. He should. He's lived up. He's been worth the money. You think about it. That was $91 million well spent.
He's been the best acquisition that the Knicks have gotten in 15 years.
I would argue, other than Brogdon for the Celtics, he's been the second best offseason move in the entire league. If you think about what he's added to the Knicks.
You think Brogdon was the first?
Brogdon's going to win the 6th man of the year. He's going to win it. He's an all-star. He was an all-star in Indiana. He's gone to the bench. By the way, he's accepted this role. This guy's a starter. He's going to win 6th man of the year.
But he does more for the Celtics than Brunson does for the Knicks?
I'd say they do about the same.
Because I don't think it feels like he wouldn't have to do as much as Brunson because you're a championship caliber team.
No, what he's done, one of their problems last year was depth, scoring depth.
Sure.
This dude off the bench, he's the 3rd leading scorer on the team. Comes off the bench.
I know, but Jalen Brunson's the best player on the Knicks.
He is.
So I would think now look.
But I'm saying
Brogdon might put them over the hump for the championship, which makes it a major acquisition.
That's what I'm talking about.
But when you think about it in terms of value to the team, though,
they didn't have a guy like this last year.
I know, but Brunson is the Knicks this year, and the Knicks
him and Randall. It's not just him.
No, but Randall is playing like this
because of him.
Because of him.
Yeah,
And he is playing well himself.
He is.
So I'm just saying,
R.J. Barrett's playing well.
That's true.
They're having. Listen, the
Dude,
Knicks
they haven't had a point guard with a clue in a long time.
Long time. Jeez. But the thing is, the Knicks are they are doing very well in a very good conference. The East is 8 or 9 deep, legitimately. The 8th team in the East would be the 4th team in the West, probably.
So is that why the Knicks keep going on these streaks of wins in a row, losses in a row? Because they're playing good teams? Because last night they looked sloppy.
I know in the East a lot of teams are going to beat each other up because there's a lot of good teams. There are 2 teams right now, 3 teams. I throw Brooklyn in there now that stand above. Well, actually, right now it's Boston, Philly, and Brooklyn. It's not Milwaukee. Milwaukee's 4th. And by the way, Miami is suddenly crept into the 6th spot, which I said if they ever got healthy. And by the way, Jimmy Butler.
Who'd they beat the other night? Oh, they beat Boston?
Yeah, they beat us again.
But Jaylen Brown wasn't playing, right?
3 starters weren't playing.
Yeah, okay.
No, Marcus Smart didn't play last night either.
Nothing.
We're still missing our point guard. Marcus Smart's not back yet. And that's a big loss.
That would have changed that game.
The assist time, well, no, he can guard Brunson. He can guard Brunson. They had no one to guard Brunson.
But are there less turnovers when Marcus Smart plays?
Less turnovers, more assists.
Okay, that makes sense.
Marcus is actually 9th in the NBA in assists at 7.5. So he's in the top 10 in assists.
Dude, I
give
Marcus Smart a lot of credit. Because when he first came into the league, I didn't think he would be this good.
No, he's made himself into one hell of a player.
He's really good.
He really has. And he's really the 3rd best player on this team besides Tatum and Brown. But the Knicks got a threesome now that I think is legit. Barrett's got to play a little bit better, but I think he could be that 3rd guy with those 2. The Celtics, this isn't about talent. This is about that they're stupid. And when I say they're stupid, I mean this. They don't learn from their mistakes. And again,
it sounds better when you say it like that.
But it's true. And it's frustrating. And if you're a Celtics fan, you could be. And believe me, I was on all the Celtics chat boards, and I wasn't commenting. I was just watching the comments, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The Boston sports fan base is the most knowledgeable. I'm telling you, I will have this argument with anybody. They knew right away. Stupid turnovers, inconsistency at the foul line, poor shot selection, only play defense when they want to. They nailed it. Boom, 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 boom. And it was multiple people from different parts, North Shore, South Shore, the Berkshires out. They all knew the same thing. So I keep telling people, Boston sports fans, they know their shit. They are diehards. They love their teams. I am one of them. I am proud of it. I am a masshole, and I'm not shying away from it. But part of that is the passion we have for our sports teams, and we know them. And the mistake that these players on the Boston Celtics are making, they don't understand how well we know them. They still don't get it. They still don't get that there are 17 banners up there, and they don't have a thing to do with one of them. But the fan base here saw most, if not all of them. Okay, going back to the 60s. There are people that are still alive that look at and still go, Bill Russell wouldn't have let this shit happen. Bob Cousy wouldn't let this shit happen. Bill Sharma, Casey Jones, no. Dave Collins, no fucking way. Havlicek, oh my God. You know what Havlicek used? You know who the logo is? Jerry West.
He's going into one of these rants.
You know who the logo is?
Instead of talking about the game, he's talking about history.
Well, John Havlicek used to take a dump on Jerry West's face, and he used to enjoy it.
I'll start calling you Ben Franklin.
All right, he's from there. Okay. So anyway, but last night's game, yes, he was. But last night's game was a hell of a game. Kudos to the Knicks. Tip my cap to them.
Really good game.
They came back and they held that lead. Boston fought back because they have talent.
I'll say this, but my first Knick game with John.
How do you like it?
He loved it.
There you go.
Bro,
there you go. My son was pissed.
It was on. It was on as he was going to bed. So he's going to bed. He's complaining he can't watch it.
Yep.
He kept coming down. Finally, he came down about halfway through the 4th quarter when the game started to get good.
Yeah.
And I was like, my wife's like, you got to go to bed, John. And he's like, oh, come on, let me watch the game. So I just look at him. And
that is music to a dad's ears.
I looked at him and I pointed to the couch. I was like, so he sits down.
That's where dads are cool.
And then he starts asking.
That's where dads are cooler than moms.
And my son's whole thing is, Dad, do you think Julius Randle's better than Michael Jordan? And I'm like, nah, he's not.
You got a lot to learn, kid. But he's a kid. It's all right.
He just likes asking all these comparison questions.
It's a fair question when you're 7.
So we get to watch the game. It seems like the Knicks are going to win. And then, the Knicks were up 6, I think it was.
10.
With a cup. No, but I'm talking about with like 2 minutes left. Yeah. They kept going up 6. And then Brunson would come down and dribble out the entire shot clock. Wait for a ball screen at like the 8 to 10 second mark, and they would end up in a bad shot. And I was like, damn, why are they changing I understand
You know what
you're
they were
trying
doing?
to get the clock to run down.
I'll tell you what they were doing. That's what they were trying to limit Boston's offense.
I know, but they
because
were
they figured
their own.
because they'll keep shooting threes,
Yeah.
which they normally would do. But he's got to make sure that they don't get enough of them to get back.
But they almost lost the game because of it.
They
Because
probably
they were
should have
running-
lost the
they
game.
were running a
because
really
Tatum
nice offense.
had the look he wanted at the end of the game. He went off the back of the rim, and
No, dude,
and
Tatum brought them back by going to the hole
did.
3 straight times.
He did.
And then he pulls up for a fadeaway.
from 14
not
feet,
that fadeaway.
14 feet.
It wasn't a bad shot, but
No.
I was like, dude, they can't guard you.
No. But the thing is, first of all, if you watch what was happening behind him after what he did, what did the Knicks do? The Knicks all had 1 foot in the paint. They were waiting for him. He was not getting to the rim, and he saw it.
Dude, he did it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, because he did it in transition twice when they didn't have the defense set, so they didn't have a chance. This time he walks it up. They're all like, all right, we know
So you
it's.
think he got the right shot? He just missed it.
I've seen him make that shot a million times.
Well-
Listen to me. If you are 6'9", 6'10", and you have a pull-up jump shot like, say, Kevin Durant, that's a layup for him. And Tatum has hit that shot before. It wasn't a bad shot. He just didn't make it.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't make it. But it
Well,
was a
I
good
would have liked to
shot.
see him go to the hole.
Well-
I think he would have got fouled at least.
If the
And he
Knicks,
would've won the
here's
game.
why here's the thing. The Knicks were in position. It also could have been a charge.
Yeah.
Legitimately, because they all had 1 foot in the paint, they all had eyes on him. And they wanted him to pass out. They would like someone else is going to beat us, not him. And by the way, that's smart. That's smart. He's not going to beat us. Someone else can beat us. We're going to make him pass it. He got into a 14 feet. It was a decent shot. He missed it. Okay. Then Grant Williams gets Robert the third there, the time limit, and the Nick guy who was made the block.
It was Brunson.
Hell of a play. No. Oh, no, they're going to overtime. The center who blocked Williams at the end after Tatum's shot missed. Williams got the offensive rebound. There was 2
Was it
seconds left.
Jericho Sims?
I think so. Tall kid with
The kid with the tight braids?
Yeah, not him. No, he had it was all out. It was all out. It was everywhere. It was like Sideshow Bob. It was crazy. It was everywhere.
That's Julius Randle.
No, he's bigger than him. This dude's tall. He's taller. He's got long arms. He blocked the shot with 1 second left. Now, I don't know if the time would have made it, but he was inside the paint. It was like a 10-footer, and this kid blocked it, and that forced overtime. So the Knicks made not 1, but 2 defensive plays at the end. One
I'm
at the
trying to
right.
think who you're talking about.
If I see the replay, I can tell you who he was. You'd probably know. But anyway, the kid made a hell of a play, which forced overtime.
I liked Jericho Sims last night.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Well-
He's got one of the best verticals I've seen in a while.
It might have been him.
He had 2 points
Hold
and
on.
14 rebounds
Hold on.
last
It
night.
might have been him. Hold on.
He had a putback dunk on somebody.
It might have been.
Like he jumped up, he grabbed a rebound high, landed quick, and had the second spring. Like
Hold on. Let me see.
people couldn't keep up with his jump. It was nice.
Put that up. Trying to go
Two-handed
back.
it. I'm trying to think who the bigs were last night.
It's
Who's
gonna
the
be
white guy in the Knicks? Is it
Oh.
Fahrenstein or something like that?
I don't know.
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein?
It's something. Damn it, I don't know his name. He's decent.
Hold on.
He's big.
Hold on. Last night. Where is it?
Who's the guy on the Knicks that got 14 points and 14 rebounds and 2 points? Jericho Sims.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. What the hell just happened? Go back. I wanted the box score of the game. What I wanted was this.
I guess Mitchell Robinson must be hurt because I didn't see him at all last night.
Here we go. Box score. All right, let's see what happened here. All right. Brown answers. That was that one. Hold on. Box score. All right, so Randall. Sims. Sims is the center. He had 2 points. It's Sims, yeah. 2 points, 14 rebounds. Let me see who he looks like.
Yeah, so he's got like tight little dreads.
It was him. He blocked the shot. He's the one who blocked the shot at the end of regulation.
Dude, he had a good game last
Yep.
night.
Yep. And he's from Texas. He's only 24 years old.
He's just a straight
Dude,
up like doing
second
the hard
round, pick 58.
work. Wow.
That was a pretty good pick.
I mean,
I'd say it's a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
just a thought.
I mean, he's just
Pretty
down
good
there
pick.
doing all the dirty work. He's like, yeah, I'll rebound, and if I can dunk one, I'll dunk it.
Yep. So look, the Knicks played hard. The Knicks played well. When the Celtics hit them in the mouth, the Knicks didn't buckle. So because the Celtics finally woke up.
And overtime was good too.
Yeah, it was. Okay. But the bottom line is Tatum missed the shot that could have won it in regulation. Jaylen Brown missed the 2 free throws that might have won it. So it's kind of fitting that the 2 best players, who, by the way, don't practice what they preach.
I was shocked when he missed those 2.
I wasn't at all.
I was
because
shocked.
this is the thing. The 2 guys who had the most turnovers in last year's finals were Tatum and Brown.
I know.
Okay.
Tatum had a big one late too.
Yeah, he did. And there were some stupid turns. There was one where Brogdon, he just dribbled the ball off his foot. There was nobody in front of him, just dribbled it right. Went right there. I'm like, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Just the utter lack of urgency, the utter, understand, they're in a game with a playoff team, but the Knicks are a playoff team right now, legitimately. They're not in the play-in, they're the 6th seed. They're in, okay? And the Celtics treated them like they were set, I don't know, pick a team out west, Houston. Okay, and I don't know why they did that, because the Knicks led for the better part of this game after the first quarter. The Knicks caught them in the second quarter and led at halftime.
Did you see that left-handed dunk that Julius Randle had going by Tatum?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Tatum got buffed on by Randall. And then Randall also laughed at Jalen Brown for he missed the 2 free throws. And I'm like, that's right, Randall. Laugh in his face.
Did?
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it was all over the news today.
Oh,
he was
that's
laughing
what
at
the
him.
picture was?
He was doing that.
That was that picture. I saw that.
And I'm like...
I didn't realize
and
that
it was the only
right
time
after
in my
you
life
left.
I ever applauded a Nick. I was like, thank you, Randall. Laugh in his face. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Was
And then you know what Joe
to see a
Mazzulla
guy
does?
that good miss those
Joe
two.
Mazzulla. What'd you tell him? Jalen, I love you. Oh, that's great, Joe. That's great. These guys fuck up like a JV high school team, and you tell them you love them. What's next? You gonna roll out milk and cookies at halftime?
What do you want him to say?
What I want him to say? Don't say anything. Don't say nothing. Because honestly, he's a professional. He knows what he did, but don't go over there and go, I love you. No, you've lost 3 in a row. No, you're now in a tie with the Denver Nuggets. Okay, the Sixers are breathing down your neck. And now the Knicks believe they can beat you. Why don't you just add another log on the fire? Okay, it's like, come on. This is ridiculous. And
shrimp on the
Jalen,
bottom.
I love you. I'm not saying you go, light his locker on fire, but don't say anything. Let him stew over it. He's a pro. Don't say nothing. I'd walk in that locker room and say, boys,
we're better than that.
15 times this year, 15 losses, and it's been mostly self-inflicted wounds. Yeah. Whether we're not playing defense unless we feel like it, careless, ball security. One guy dribbled the ball off his foot. Okay, missing open shots with the game on the line, missing free throws. We're not boxing out. And put it in there. It's all true. Because you know what that does? You know what that does? That points the finger at everybody in that locker room. Because one thing didn't lose that game last night. No. It was all the fundamentals. The Knicks did it better than the Celtics did fundamentally. Not from a talent. Fundamentally, the Knicks were better last night. Okay, and you want to sit there and say, well, the Celtics were missing Marcus Smart. The Celtics have 2 all-stars on that floor.
Yeah.
Okay? All right? I don't want to hear it. And Brogdon, has been an all-star in the past. Okay? So they technically had 3 guys that have been on the all-star. I don't want to hear that shit.
So we know they're not full strength, but still they're better than the Knicks.
At home, after 2 losses in a row, you win that game. And here comes, and I'm not knocking what the Knicks did. This was more about the Knicks saying, hey, we can hang with this team because now they've proven they can. Which, by the way, I'm not surprised at that because the Celtics have this thing about, and I've said this off air and I've said it before and I'll say it again, and it was in all the chat rooms. It's not a secret. They think their talent is all that matters. They don't think the fundamentals apply to them because they're so talented they'll get around it. You've lost a championship with that attitude, and you haven't learned a damn thing. And for all you guys in Boston who were giving me shit over Christmas, here we are again. They're 0-3 against the Orlando Tragic, who, by the way, as of this morning, are 13th in a 15-team conference. They are 0-3 against them. And you're going to stand there and tell me, by the way, just for you history buffs, no championship team has ever gotten swept in that season that they won the championship by a team that didn't make the playoffs.
Do they have one more game?
Nope. They're
only playing 3?
They don't play them again. They got swept by the Orlando Tragic, who at the time they first met them had 1 road win. The Tragic beat them twice in 72 hours on the Boston floor. But that doesn't raise cause for concern. When did that ever happen in the Bird era? When did that happen when Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce were here? It never happened. It never fucking happened. It didn't happen in the Cowens era before that. That's as far back as I go. Never saw this happen with a team that won a championship. But you people, some of you in the Boston media who think that this team is better than the 08 team, take that and you're piping. That was Scalabrini, that dumbass. Okay. Yeah, they look real better. They look a lot better than you right now. Hey, Brian, tell me when during the year you guys did this. You lost games like this to teams like that. You give me 3 or 4 like that in a row. Give me a break.
So he said they're better than the team I was on.
Yeah, that won the chip. And Brian never played. He rode the stationary bike for 80 of the 82 games, I think. Oh, no, he had mop-up duty. He probably got in about 50 times. They blew out everybody.
Yeah, but now he plays a lot. He plays against guys that challenge him. Nobody's. Bunch of fat, old, out-of-shape men that had lucky. If they were lucky, they were D3 ball players at best. Maybe I think there was 1 D2 ball player he faced. But, I mean, the bottom line is good for you, Brian. You did what everybody knew you were going to do.
So you proved nothing. Okay, if you had lost, that'd have been shocking. Okay, but no one was surprised you won.
That'd have been hilarious.
Yeah, you never live it down in Boston. You'd never live that down in Boston. But anyway, and here's the other thing. The one thing they could hang their hat on was defense. They've gone from 1st in the league to 9th in the league. That's a significant drop, boys and girls. The Knicks are 11th, by the way, so they're pretty decent. Now, 9 is still not bad. You're in the top 10, but they were number 1. And they were number 1 by a landslide. Like you last year, you couldn't tell me who the second best defensive team in the league was because the Celtics were so far fucking ahead, there was nobody in the rearview mirror. That's how good they were last year. When they made their run, it was on defense. So when they did these stupid 45 three-point attempt nights, they still locked you down on the other end and could still win. Now they're not even doing that. Okay, and that's pathetic, and that's just hustle and effort. And yes,
hustle and effort,
Hufford.
Did you just create a new word?
I guess so.
Hufford.
Hustle and effort.
That's just Hufford.
That's just Hufford. Hustle and effort. There it is.
It's like Harry Potter sports terminology.
But the Knicks proved last night they are legit. They are not to be taken lightly. They are a legit basketball team, who I believe has 2 All-Stars on.
It was enjoyable watching.
If they don't get in, I'm sure it was for you. Okay, but the bottom line is, if Brunson and Randall are not alternates on that All-Star team, and that's pathetic. That's pathetic. Those two, you look at their numbers, they're awesome, and they belong in there.
You
and
think
the
they'll
Knicks
get in there, right?
I think at least one of them will get in there, but I think 2 should get in.
Brunson definitely.
Mm-hmm. He probably will, but they both should.
Yeah,
they both should. Brunson's I think he's averaging 9 assists a game. He's up among the league lead. This is the other thing. Statistically speaking, they're worthy. If you look at their numbers, I mean, I've got the Knicks right up here. Hold on a second. If I go to the Knicks stats, hold on, let me go back one. Because now I'm just looking at this kid, Jericho Sims.
I like him.
I got news for you. That's a hell of a pickup. 2nd round, 58th pick. The kid's starting to contribute. I mean, yeah. Come on, that's a hell of a pick. Let's see. So we go to the Knicks. Wait. Here we go. I just want to go team stats. So let's see. So right now the Knicks. So Randall. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Randall, 24. Randall's averaging a double-double. He's definitely an all-star. 24.8 and 10.9, all-star. Brunson is 2nd on the team. He's averaging 22 points a game, 6.3 assists, all-star. They're both all-stars, right there. Yeah. They're both all-stars. And their team has a winning record, not only at home, but on the road, which is tough to do in the NBA. They have a winning road record.
What are they? They're 4 games over?
They're 5 games over now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're legit. They are legit. I'm telling you right now, they are a legit team who's going to at least, I think, win a round depending on who they draw. And if they don't, it's going to be a fight. It's going to go the distance.
If the season ended now, who do they draw? 3 seed?
Yeah. Let me see. If I go to the current standings, if it pops up,
they're not beating the 3 seed.
How do you know? They just beat the 1 seed.
In 7, or is it 5?
I think it's hold on. It was 5. It might be 7 now. Let's see.
They changed it back, right?
They may have. But anyway, any event, I think they're the 6th seed. Let me see. The thing is, the Eastern Conference is so deep. Even the 8th seed is over 500. The top 8 teams are all 500 or better.
Okay, so right now, what is it? Boston, Philly, who?
Brooklyn. Or Cleveland.
If the Knicks are healthy, they can't beat Brooklyn. I mean, if the Nets are healthy, they can't beat Brooklyn.
I'll tell you what. Mr. Brunson will give Kyrie Irving a run for his money.
But I think they played already and got beat bad.
That's early. The Knicks are bad.
They play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow?
They play tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Won't it?
But see, KD's hurt.
Well, yeah, and by the way, they've been in a free fall since he got hurt.
Yeah.
In fact, they're not the 3 seed now. I think they're the 5. I think Brooklyn's the 5 right now. But in any event, they're the 4 and the 5. But in any event, the Knicks are a good team in a very, very good conference.
Yeah. And
they're no fluke, and they proved it last night. They got their signature win of the year, and that is one to brag about. Yes, Marcus Smart hurts, but the other guys were there. See, against Miami, Boston was missing everybody but Tatum. Yeah. Okay, so if Miami and that was in Miami. Okay, so I mean, if Miami wants to take Saul's neck, go right ahead. That was a close game. Boston lost by 3, and they had nobody. I don't get mad at this. That wasn't a bad loss. The Orlando one the night before. That was a bad loss. And again, they were missing everybody then too, but they just looked like they didn't show up. They made much better effort against Miami because they respected Miami. They didn't respect Orlando, which to me is like they've already beaten you twice on your floor. You don't respect them? Like, give me a break.
Yeah, the Knicks have 2 good wins in a row. Mm-hmm. Beat Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell.
Yes, they did. This is no fluke.
And then the Celtics.
And I got news for you. People complaining about that coach. That coach, your head coach, was our assistant coach in 2008 when we won the title.
Thibodeau?
Thibodeau. He was Doc Rivers' lead assistant. The guy knows how to win. You got a good coach there. Now, your owner's a fucking shithead, but, okay.
Sometimes I think it's weird how he uses the players, though.
He does. Well,
because you got Cam Reddish sitting on the bench.
Well,
he's not allowed in the game.
If Cam Reddish isn't going to do what the coach is asking, he will sit his ass. And by the way, that's the kind of coach.
Is that what you think is happening?
I don't know, but I know this. He's a stickler.
He's got Derrick Rose on the bench too, and he loves Derrick Rose.
Well, maybe he's just not good enough to get in that rotation right now. We don't see. Again, here's the thing, and this is why I cut coaches slack, including Bell. I still think Belichick can coach. Now, how good he is, I don't know, but I think he can coach. But the bottom line is, the one thing I will concede is they're watching them in practice every day. I am not.
Sure.
So they know more about them than I do. So if they're not.
So you think in order to ice a guy out of rotation, he's got to be doing something wrong?
He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and it's probably not because he can't do it. He chooses not to do it.
Because
and the coach is like, you know what, you won't play.
Early in the year, Cam Reddish was doing good things for them. He was in the rotation.
Well, maybe something changed. Maybe they had a fight about something. I don't know. Again, look, the Knicks, if they're keeping this in-house, then good for them. You don't want your laundry in public. But the bottom line is,
apparently people are trying to get him.
Maybe they get something good in return. Maybe he plays the same position as Randall.
But you're not letting him play, so you can't make him build his value.
Well, if teams are looking at him, then he's already got value.
Yeah, no, but imagine if you think you want to get rid of somebody, show him, showcase him.
There's enough tape on Cam Reddish.
Yeah, but everybody's going to be like, you're sitting him. Why are we going to give you a lot for him?
Maybe he doesn't fit into their rotation. That's why I'm looking to dump him.
I just feel like
the coach can give you any number of reasons.
I know, but I'm trying to get
the fact
you to
is
agree
we
with me on this.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I don't know. But if a guy is
not disagreeing,
I'm not disagreeing.
Bitch move. Bitch move, sir.
I didn't say I don't disagree.
You did.
I said I'm not disagreeing.
Same shit.
But anyway, so
my hands are disagreeing.
So that sets up. This sets up tomorrow. I got to give ESPN credit for this. If you have to wait another 24 hours, 48 hours for the damn 2 games we all want to see this weekend, they did it right. They put up 3 games tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock. The first place in the Western Conference, Denver Nuggets, going to the number 2 seed in the East, Philadelphia, at 3 o'clock. Then you've got the Knicks and the Nets as the middle game, and the nightcap, Boston, L.A. LeBron James comes back to Boston, where he called the entire fan base racist.
Is AD back yet?
Yep, he's back, and he's going to play. He's going to play tomorrow night.
Nice.
So this is going to be, and the first game was epic in LA. It went to overtime. Boston won in OT. Of course, they damn near had a big lead and blew it.
I can't believe AD's back.
He's back.
He must have just come back.
He came back yesterday, I think. They said actually. I heard the rumor is LA arrived in Boston a day early. To get ready.
Eager, you might say.
Eager for this, yeah. So if I'm the Celtics, now they've lost 3 in a row. When does urgency kick in? You better not lose this one tomorrow night to the Lakers. This is the one where they're going to push the panic button. You lose this one. Those that haven't.
They're going through a stretch of good teams right now. They'll be fine.
Orlando's not a good team.
Well, that's true. You're right. I'm sorry. I messed up.
The Miami one, it doesn't bother me. Miami's a good team, and they were short. They were missing everybody, and they were only lost by 3 on the road. They fought. They battled at least in Miami. They made some stupid, but the effort was there.
Okay, so that's not a bad loss.
No, it's not. But last night, they had a 15-point lead, and then they just, this is over. Thinking this team couldn't come back. Whoops.
Yeah, that was too early.
That was way too early to take your foot off the gas with it.
What was it like? Was it 25-10 or something like that?
It was 25-10.
25-10, yeah. And then Brunson started hitting some threes. Randall started doing some things.
I don't know what.
Quickly.
I don't know what was going through the heads of Boston, but they first of all, this team came with a winning record on the road. A team with a winning record on the road is legit. Because not many teams have a winning record on the road. The Knicks do. They're legit whether you like it or not. Tom Thibodeau is a former coach of the Boston Celtics. People know him. They know he can coach.
Tommy T.
Okay?
TT.
And Brunson and Randall are all star players.
Yeah.
You just have to look at their numbers. It's not a fucking they are. So why they thought it was over or took their foot off, or just we'll just keep shooting threes. They don't shoot. They shoot teams back into games because they won't stop shooting threes. No matter what the fuck happens, they're gonna keep fucking shooting. They can miss 15 in a row. The next shot will be a fucking 3.
Dude, the Knicks throw up a lot of threes too.
Not as many as Boston.
Well, of course not.
Boston's
Quentin Grimes, man, he had a chance last night to put that game away at certain parts, and he couldn't hit a 3 towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that could have iced it. Yeah. I remember that. I thought he was going to hit that. He was wide open, too.
And
I'm like, of course.
He got a kick back out to him, and it was like,
he was wide open.
Ooh, you got to hit that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's over. I thought he was going to swish it, and he missed it. And I'm like, yep, but that's the thing. And that's why we get mad at the Celtics. They're not losing because of talent. They're losing because of fundamentals.
The fundies.
You cannot. The game was invented in Springfield, Mass. You cannot be from Massachusetts and lose because of fundamentals. You just look stupid.
Mass.
Springfield, Mass, baby. Dr. James Naismith, for those of you scoring at home.
You could finally have a cigar without a crack.
The original doctor. By the way, the Dr. J, fun fact, played his college ball at UMass. He was a Minuteman.
All right. What's our next topic?
Next topic is going to take a break real quick.
that's
This is
true.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's gotta
We'll
be
be back on the other side. I'm going to grab me a little Dr. Pepper. Hey, it's a freestyle Friday. We'll be back on the other side with a mystery topic. You don't know. We don't know. Nobody. I don't even think Joe Boo knows. But we'll figure it out. We'll be back. The redoubtable one, the highly questionable one. See you on the other side. Until then, soldier.
So